Students will be able to define the program planning process. The students will be able to explain the steps of planning process. The students will be able to draw program planning cycle also. Program planning process and its steps. The educational efforts of any organization should be to teach persons how to think and not what to think. It is the function of the educational system to teach people to determine accurately their own needs and the solutions of their problems, to help them in acquiring a knowledge and to inspire them to action. One should not act on the assumption that any group of persons will act on the plan about which they have not been consulted. In order to obtain participation, it is necessary that they should be involved in the preparation of the plan. Planning is a systematic effort to achieve the desired goals. As stated by Abraham Lincoln, if we could but know where we are now and where we ought to go, we could better judge what to do and how to do it. It will be seen from the statement that the effective program for the rural development do not just happen, but they have to be built. The program planning is a process in which the facts regarding the situation are collected and analyzed. The unsatisfactory elements are identified, improvements are determined, the objectives are stated, and alternative ways of reaching the objectives are considered. This is given by the Kelsey and the Harney 2005. It is a decision making process carried out with the help of the people. It involves the critical analysis of the existing situation and problems based on the urgent needs and resources to resolve them for individual and the community development. Program planning is also defined that it is a procedure of working with the people in an effort to recognize the unsatisfactory situations, that is the problems, and determine the possible solutions to meet the objectives and goals. Hence, the conscious efforts should be made to meet the needs, interests and wants of the people for whom the program is intended. Now, we will discuss the meaning and concept. The program planning is a process involving a series of activities or operations resulting to the development of a definite plan of action leading to accomplishing the predetermined objectives. It is the process by which the people work together to identify the problems and to determine the goals. Musgrove 1962 defined the program planning as the process of determining, developing and executing the programs. It is a continuous process whereby people with the guidance and the leadership of extension personnel attempt to determine, analyze and solve the local problems. In an analytical review of all the definitions, the program planning process may be defined as a decision making and social action process of bringing about the planned change and involves both change agents and the client systems to determine their needs, problems, resources and priorities. Design extension programs consisting of situation analysis, problems, objectives and the solutions, which forms the basis of extension activities for a given period. In this process, the people agree and feel that the goals and experiences may help them in reaching their objectives. The program planning process is composed of program and planning. The program covers the development and determination side, whereas the planning covers implementation sides. Now, we will discuss the steps of program planning process. The different extension experts have advocated the different steps of the program planning process. A summary of some of them is presented here. Rohrbaugh 1955, identification of the problems, determination of the objectives, the development of a plan of work, follow through on the plan of work established, and the determination of progress. Liggins 1961 has given the following steps: situation, objectives, teaching, evaluation, and reconsideration. Matthews has given the following steps: organization for involving people, the planning process, the planned program, annual work plan, teaching and related activities, and evaluation and reporting. Dhama has given the following steps: study the situation, identify the local leaders and obtain their support, set up a planning committee, determine important needs and interests of the people, setting of the objectives, fixing of priorities, and deciding the teaching objectives and teaching methods, and a periodical review of the situation and a reconsideration of the plan. Singh has given the following steps: collect the facts, analyze the situation, identify the problems, decide on objectives, develop plan of work, executive plan, and determine the progress. The Agency for International Development arranged steps in program planning process chronologically as under: situation analysis, organization for planning, the planned program, plan of work, execution of plan of work, and appraisal of accomplishments. Keeping in view all the above steps, the program planning process comprising of 9 steps and is presented in the figure number 1. It is a continuous process or cycle and is applicable to planning in any developmental activities. The first 4 steps are included under the extension program or determine the program or plan the work, while remaining the 5 steps are grouped under program action or the annual plan of work or carry out the program or work the plan. As the program planning process is a continuous one, and therefore, it is better if it starts from the first step and move to the last step, and each step has its importance, and if any one step is missed, the program may not be realistic, and naturally there will not be the expected change or development due to the program. It is therefore necessary that the steps of the program planning process should not be overlooked, missed while preparing and implementing the program. The 9 steps of the program planning process are as: collection analysis of facts, determination of objectives, definition or identification of problems, finding solution to the problems, selecting problems and determining the priorities, preparing a plan of action, carrying out the plan, checking and evaluating the results, and review of progress and projection of the plans. Now, we will discuss each step by step. The first step is collection and analysis of facts. Facts are the foundation stones upon which the community leaders and the problem committees build and carry out their programs. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the change agents, the extension workers, to assemble and interpret the factual information for the use of the community leaders. It is the starting point of program planning process. The local situation is the benchmark from where people should start the process of program planning. The pertinent data may be collected from the available records and by the survey of the area. The good planning depends on the collection of adequate, reliable data about the situation. The fact must be carefully analyzed and interpreted through the joint efforts of technically trained staff and progressive village leaders. All extension workers must possess the basic farm and family information for preparing sound family, village and block plans, which should include the basic information about the village, including the data pertaining to population, total numbers of the family, main occupation of the villagers, communication facilities, education facilities, medical facilities, drinking water facilities and the transport facilities, etc. The information about the farm management and the production programs, which includes the total cultivated areas of the villages, the size of land holdings, types of crops, types of soils, disease and pest control and agricultural machinery, etc. It is necessary for increasing the agricultural production in the villages. The collection of facts or information may be done through survey method, PRA method or available records or use of key informants. The data and the information collected are analyzed in an unbiased way, keeping in view the feelings expressed by the client system, and this helps in understanding the situation in its proper perspectives. Secondly, determination of objectives. The objectives are the directions for movement. The objectives are to be decided because plan of action has to be developed on the basis of objectives only. Effective rural development programs must have the clear and significant objectives before deciding the project to be undertaken. The success or failure of a particular movement is judged in terms of whether or not the objectives are achieved. The basic objectives of the program are to be determined by the villagers in consultation with the extension personnel. The villagers should have the clear concept of the project by deciding on objectives. The involvement of various institutions and voluntary organizations should be secured. The objectives of the program for family plans could be decided upon by the head or active members of the participating family and by panchayats in case of objectives to be undertaken on community or village basis. The objectives should specify the behavioral changes of the people. The criteria for setting up the objectives should be that they should be within the reach of the people economically, socially and educationally. They should be based on the genuine needs and interests of the people. They should also contribute to the fundamental aim of the extension, that is better life. Now, definition or identification of problems. After determination of the objectives, the problems are to be identified on the basis of data collected from the different sources. In program building at the family, village or the block level, the activities should be classified according to existing internal and external resources. The village activities should be classified properly before the planning. This helps in execution of the program, and the problems can be classified into the three categories as the follows. Problems solved by the villagers with their own resources, like improving the crop yields, digging compost pits and the organizing rural youth clubs, etc. The problems that need the community cooperation without involving much outside assistance, like construction of village approach road, deepening of water tanks, etc. by the volunteering efforts. The problems that require outside assistance on account of high cost involved and the technical knowledge needed, like purchase of plant protection equipments, the constructions of schools, buildings, etc. In this way, the internal and external resources can be utilized economically and the quicker results obtained. It is also desirable to break up the problems step by step into simple problems, and the problems classifications presents a clear pictures about the existing needs. Finding solution to problems. The extension workers should advise the villagers and guide them in finding the solutions to the problems. The solutions offered should be practicable, economical and should result in satisfaction and learning. District and state specialists should help the extension functionaries at the village and block level in doing the work. The best method of convincing the villagers is for the specialist to function in the program as partners, and they must also be fully oriented and trained with an understanding of village problems and the programs. Selecting the problems and determining the priorities. All the problems cannot be tackled simultaneously, even though solutions are known for them. Therefore, it is necessary for the extension personnel and the village institutions to select problems and concentrate their efforts on projects in a phased way. This will result in appreciable achievements and convince the village people about the utility of the program. At this stage, it is essential to set up the program committees at the village and block levels to review the situation periodically for determining how much progress has been made on the projects underway, which projects are completed and which new projects need to be started. The extension workers have to play a great role in this respect. This would provide the opportunities for selecting the problems for program planning in a more methodical and the democratic manner. Preparing a plan of action or annual plan of work. It is an important step to solve the selected problems. Preparing a plan of activities or annual plan of work directed towards solving the selected problems is an important step. It presents a definite outline of procedure for solving the different problems. A plan of work is the listing of activities by which the objectives already decided upon are to be achieved. It includes the methods of executing the program, such as demonstrations, discussion meetings, family contacts by the extension workers, etc. It indicates places, timings and persons responsible for carrying out the programs along with the methods of evaluating the progress. It is essential to involve the villagers in the planning the programs. According to A.S. Sandhu, the plan of work contains the information about people to be reached, goals, dates and places, teaching methods to be used, duties, training and recognition of leaders, the role to be played by the extension personnel and duties to be performed by other agencies. The major decisions involved in preparing a plan of work involve what is to be done to accomplish the objectives, what methods and resources will be used, who will take the responsibilities for planning and executing the program, and when the activities will be started and finished. The rural institutions like panchayats, cooperatives, schools, youth clubs and families can prepare their own annual plan of work. The training is very useful at this step in developing the necessary skills for preparing plan of work by extension staff and the people in program planning process. Carrying out the plan. Executing the program involved follow through plan of work and calendar of activities. A planned communication strategies is necessary for proper implementation of the program. The program implementation should be coordinated as set forth in the plan of work. The success of the program depends on the methods by which it is carried out. For successful implementation of any program, it is desirable that advanced planning is made at the first step towards its implementation. The activities to be carried out each month should be taken out. The proper arrangements for the supply of materials and training of workers should be made. All steps in carrying out the program should be discussed with the villagers and the local leaders, and the consent should be obtained to get the full cooperation. Steps for assistance and direction should be clearly stated to avoid confusion in launching the program. Performance of extension personnel, the local leaders, organizational support and feedback from people are very important at this stage. The execution of plan should be carried out as decided and unnecessary changes should not be made in the plan of work. The continuing checking and evaluation of results. A plan of work must contain necessary activities for both concurrent and the final evaluation. These activities should jointly by the extension staff be undertaken and the rural institutions. In a program building process, evaluation helps in determining the results of programs in order to know the extent to which the objectives have been achieved and why and what changes would be required in its implementation or if it is planned again. According to Steele, in program evaluation, the judgment is formed by comparing the evidences as to what the program is with criteria as to what the program should be. The adequate records of each activity should be kept for future evaluation by the extension staff, the developmental committees and the village institutions. Each future program should be based on the results of the previous one. The successful evaluation gives a correct direction to the program. The evaluation of program provides the information about the effectiveness of various methods used and various steps taken for executing the program. It should be remembered that the evaluation is not merely recording of activities or achievement, but is a process of comparing these results with the original objectives. Review of progress and projection of plans. At the end of each cycle of program planning process, as a periodical review of situation and the reconsideration of plan for setting up the objectives should be done in view of the changes in social and economical levels of the people, so that the whole process may begin again with the new or modified objectives. The village institutions like panchayats, cooperatives and schools should periodically review the progress of the plans in cooperation with the extension personnel. Acceptable programs may be expanded to the neighboring areas where similar agroclimatic and socio-economic conditions occur. The researches should be conducted to find out the reasons of failure of the programs or why the people could not accepted the program. The program should never be considered as ends in themselves. They are merely tools for doing more effective work. A proper adjustment of time and energy spent in preparing a program has always to be maintained with the actual implementation of the program in the field. It should be noted that evaluation, decisions, planning and action take place continuously in varying degrees throughout all the steps of the program planning process. The findings of evaluation should be utilized for future developments. The results obtained should be reconsidered at the time of each cycle of the program planning process. The changes in the social and economic levels of the people are reconsidered, and according to the pros and cons of the planning process, further modified objectives are made. By reconsideration, the necessary corrections can be made. Lack of man, machine, money and materials can be assessed. Training needs, methods and organizational changes required can be classified, and thus accordingly attempts can be made in the right direction. Now, at the last we can summarize that planning process is a continuous process which is composed of program and planning and comprised of 9 steps. The program covers development and the determination side, which includes 4 steps, whereas planning covers the implementation side, which includes the 5 steps in program planning process. The process starts from the first step and moves forward to the last 9 steps. Each step has its own importance, and if any one step is missed, the program may not be realistic. Naturally, there will not be the expected changes or development due to the program. It is therefore the necessary that steps of the program planning process should not be overlooked or missed while preparing and implementing the program.